President Trump showing his support for our military as he's set to visit Walter Reed Medical Center today. The president will meet with wounded combat vets and healthcare workers who have been on the front lines in the fight against COVID-19. Former White House physician and GOP congressional candidate for Texas, Rear Admiral Dr. Ronny Jackson joins me now to discuss. Doctor, thank you so much for being on the program.
Good morning, Pete.
Good morning. President going to visit with combat vets, healthcare workers. Talk to me as you look at the response, as you look at what he's done for our military, your reaction.
Well, I just think it's a great thing. I mean, I've been with the president. I've accompanied him on these visits to the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center on a variety of occasions. And I think it's a great thing that he does to get out there and visit those guys that have been over there, that have been deployed overseas, that are injured, that are coming back home and recuperating. He goes up there and he talks to the staff in the ICUs and in the wards and tells them thank you for their service. It's just a wonderful thing that he does, and he's very sincere and very good about making sure that he does that on a regular basis. So I'm happy to see that he's doing it.
You know, the media is going to run breathlessly with, is the president wearing a mask or not wearing a mask? You know better than anybody else, this guy is the most tested person. People that go next to him have to be tested. What do you make of their obsession about whether he wears it or not?
Well, I just think they're driving a narrative here. You know, they try to make the president look bad, obviously, no matter what he does. But, you know, you're right. The president and the team that surrounds him are aggressively tested. And he'll go in there today and he'll wear a mask when it's appropriate. He'll follow the direction of the hospital commander. You know, we all wear masks when we go to the hospital. I visit rural hospitals here, and I don't generally wear a mask in most of the things I do during the day. But when I go to the hospital, I'll put a mask on. I'm sure the president will do some of the same. But the president is walking a line. He's out there leading from the front. I mean, he has to be an example of how we're going to get this country back on our feet again and get us to work and to school again as well. So I appreciate the leadership from the president, and I think he walks the line and he does it very well.
Doctor, you're down in Texas running for Congress. There has been an increase in testing there, just as around the country. There's also an increase in cases, and we've seen more deaths in Texas due to COVID-19. Your response to the situation down there in Texas?
Well, I think we do have a lot more positive cases, and that is because we are aggressively testing down here. And you would expect that when you're testing, you're going to get more positive cases. And there was even a study out by the CDC not too long ago that showed that probably there are 10 people out there that are positive for every one person that tested. So there are a lot of people out there that have this. Now, people are, you know, the one thing that I have noticed up until recently, the reporting is that the hospitalizations and the deaths are trending down, despite the fact that the test numbers are trending up. There's some reports now that some of the deaths are trending up a little bit, and that's in large part, I think, due to testing as well. People in the hospital are being tested aggressively right now. In the ICUs and on the wards, everyone's being tested. And if you have, even if it's an incidental finding that you test positive for coronavirus, that goes down as a part of your diagnosis for your hospitalization. And if you were to die in the hospital for something, that's going to be part of your diagnosis, when you die. And so I think that those numbers aren't very accurate. I think that there's some manipulation to those numbers. And I think some of it's being done still for political reasons.
There you go. Rear Admiral Ronny Jackson, thank you so much for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Pete. I appreciate it.